Hi there, I have now made my way to the Goodwill in Lemoyne. Right away, I saw this weed whacker for only $9.99, and what a great deal if it did work. This Goodwill can be a hit or miss, but I'm not in the area very often, so of course I was going to go in. There were these lampshade covers with the votive kind of holders with them. Wasn't quite sure what was going on, but you were getting two. That was a good deal. I wasn't finding too much in the brown section. They have a lot of shelving units for their hard goods at this Goodwill, but I'm used to the shelves looking a little bit more crowded, more like this. It does make things easier to find, but I wasn't really seeing anything, so I moved on from this area. I was immediately drawn to this nativity. All of the figurines are permanently attached to it, but this little piece here, I thought, look, these angels spin around. I've never seen that before, and it didn't make any noise. I thought, well, that's okay. It's kind of a neat, addition to the traditional nativity. I turned it around. It was marked made in Italy, and that sold me on it. It is very large, and it had these spinny things. Don't worry, I'll figure out what it is later. There is some damage to Mary's head, the back of Mary's head, but from the front you can tell. You can't really tell. So I decided to put that in my cart. This was a piece that probably goes in a aquarium. I have sold vintage ones that are marked Japan. That one didn't have a marking, so I moved on, looking for anything that will grab my attention, like these little white angels. One was a bell and one was a figurine. They were both marked made in China, so they stayed on the shelf. Here was a hat that was obviously, I would guess, obviously a souvenir, and I thought this little hedgehog was sweet, but really wasn't seeing anything until I saw these mugs, and I really like these mugs. They are marked Japan on the bottom. I like how they are selling them together, and that one looks like fall and one looks like spring. And for $1.99 for two mugs, I thought that was really a great deal. So I decided to put those in with the nativity. There was this this tin, obviously it's a tin, maybe a candy tin. It didn't have any marking on the bottom, and I wasn't quite sure what those images meant, so I didn't know. I left it on the shelf. And while I was looking around, I look how pretty this top is. I thought, ooh, there has to be the bottom. But then the more I thought about it, they had priced the lid. There was a price on the inside, so there probably wasn't a bottom. I did look around, but never did find the bottom to it. But I thought, oh, isn't that a pretty piece? I thought this tin had a cute vintage graphic design to it with little plush animals on it. And while we're looking around, just a reminder that Jocelyn and I are having a meet and greet in Columbia. There is more information in the description of this video. I saw this it's Party Late, and the first thing I pulled out was Halloween, so I kind of got excited that the rest of it was Halloween, but it wasn't. This is what it's called. It is called a Change-O-Lantern sleeve set, and it only had the one Halloween theme, so I did leave that on the shelf. If this is worth money, that's okay, because it's all glass. It's a cutting board, I believe, and I really like the looks of it, but just shipping a big piece of glass makes me nervous, so I left that there. I thought that this might be Jim Shore, so I turned it around and I kind of noticed how short the body was on the angel. I flipped it over. It wasn't Jim Shore. It was marked Made in China, so that stayed on the shelf. This very large mixing bowl I thought had a nice design on it. I really couldn't figure out what the name of it was. It took me a while to figure out the name, and then I finally came up with Home Again. I thought that the color was very pretty. The design was nice, but I left that there. I felt that this was probably an actual real chicken feeder at one time, and then someone dressed it up with the flowers. It looked like farmhouse decor to me. And then in a box, I found a whole bunch of the little snow babies that I had just sold. These were unpainted, ready for you to paint. I left those there. This little teddy bear was exercising. Really wasn't finding a whole lot here. So I moved on to another aisle. There's a Halloween tree for $2.99. Thought this was different. I didn't know what this was. And then I thought maybe this bell was Fenton. And so I was looking for a signature. The signatures usually say hand painted by. So I looked again and I thought, this has to be hand painted. It looks like it's hand painted. And then I saw that it said Anders. It looked like it said Anders. And if this was a Fenton bell, they don't really sell for high money. I know the glowy ones do. And I'm sure there are some bells that sell for high money. But overall, I do usually leave bells on the shelf. And because I couldn't guarantee that it was a Fenton bell, I left it. Then I came across this chicken figurine. I'm going to show you it to you. I show you the bottom of the body. Look at the rooster. Look at this. This is a nice looking rooster. No chips or cracks. It might be more contemporary, but I thought it was very nice. I thought that this might be Pennsbury pottery. It was marked, and someone had peeled back a price tag also looking for the signature or the marking on it. But I left that on the shelf and kept making my way down the aisle. In the middle of their hard goods section, they have furniture. And at my favorite Goodwill, they have, like, maybe they'll have a chair here or there. But this one had a lot of furniture. There was a baby crib with a baby doll in it. And this is what the white section looked like. Can you see the egg cooker? You always find the egg cooker if you don't see the praying hands. This was very pretty. I thought that maybe there was a marking there. I saw like a dark mark underneath the price tag. So I was seeing if this was marked again. It did have a signature on the front of it. I think it said Blum, B-L-U-M, but there was just dirt. So I really wasn't feeling it. I thought it was pretty with the calla lilies, but I don't know. I left it there. There were some shot glasses. Wasn't really seeing anything else too exciting, so I decided to go over to the art section. I looked at this. I thought that this was a print, and when I flipped it over to the back, it looked more of like a store brand. Michaels or Hobby Lobby made it, and then later I saw somebody had it in their cart. So that's always fun when you look at something and somebody else comes by and likes it too, enough to take it. They had quite a bit of art there. These frames, look, when I flip it over, has a community aid sticker of $2.99. I didn't catch how much Goodwill was selling it for. Then I came across this in the toy section, and it was Monopoly. Oh, and then there was Diamond Dots here. This Monopoly set was in German. And I remember when I was in high school and I studied Russian, because, I use my Russian language all the time. I don't remember any of it. But the one time I remember having an extreme amount of fun in class was when we played Monopoly in the Russian language. And this is all in German. And for the most part, I believe all of the pieces are here. It really bothered me that it was messed up, so I did fix it before I left the store. When I did get it home and I looked through the box, all of the cards seem to be there. The only thing I think it is a little low on are the red hotel buildings, because there doesn't seem to be a lot of them. There was only 13. And the directions don't tell you how many buildings you should have. They just say green buildings and red buildings, at least according to Google Translate when I was translating the rules. I moved along the aisle here to see if there was anything else in the white section. There were these white birds. There were 4 of them. I thought that was interesting that they were all white. At the big Goodwill, I saw some white birds that were all white and not colorful. Trying to give you a look at the shelves, see if there's anything. I thought this was cute. At first I thought the cat was excited because he had its paws up in the air, and then I realized it was a see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil kitty cat set. I found this little sheep votive holder. Thought that was interesting. Kind of looks a little stunned there. There was another giant clear vase. It was made of glass also. Not as tall as the other one in the other Goodwill store. They had a ton of records at this store. I didn't realize how many records that they had here. My store doesn't have this many. And they had them displayed so nicely in the bins. It would be easy to sort through them. This lamp caught my attention with all the seashells on it. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? And then I came across this little plaque. I put what it said on it because I didn't do a good job of showing you what it said. I wrapped up my trip here to the Lemoyne Goodwill by looking through the clear glass section. This was just looks like carnival glass maybe. And then this grabbed my attention. This is a smoky glass, vintage, bar set, cocktail mixer. Had a little bit of smudgy stuff right there, but no chips or cracks. And I really like the graphics on it. It doesn't have the stir, but that's okay. I thought that was really, really cool. And this had another community aid sticker on it. This was bumping around when I was walking out. It's a musical. This was making music. Look, 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 look. It plays music. That's so cool. All right, it's starting to rain. I have to get back in the car. I was all set to ship this, to offer shipping on this, but it is very large and very heavy, so I am going to make this a local pickup only item. And speaking of local pickup, do you follow Flying Pig Thrifts on eBay? Disappointed that some of her items are local pickup only? Do you need a new pet? In addition to your Pink Panther collection? An oversized swung vase? A bull and matador from your childhood? A new drinking glass? More glasses for you and your friends? Good news! Flying Pig Thrifts will transport your local pickup item from Lancaster to the Ohio Extravaganza for absolutely free. No, not that free. That free. Yes, simply message me at checkout and I will tell you the time and place on Saturday, September 17th at the Ohio Extravaganza, where we can meet and I will deliver it straight into your arms. Here is everything else that I picked up at the Goodwill in Lemoyne. Thank you so much for your support of my channel, and I'll see ya.